This is UMAR IFL in association with MTK Global. So you do get the joke.
I get the joke.
Firstly, raise your hand. What have you done?
A little bit of gym work, that's all. I'm getting old. Things are starting to crumble. So I've just got to be careful when I'm training these days, that's all. But I'll be back in action soon.
Glad you've been watching Time Boost videos then.
I have been watching these videos, and you know what? You can't take these things serious. And he's done exactly what I want to do, which is get your attention on my IFL. So he's got his own unique style.
I think it's quite funny, to be honest. I don't take it personally. I think it's quite assuming.
That's what it's about. You can't take these things personal, you know. And there's many different things that he says and does, and it might be close to the bone, but don't take it personal.
Anyways, we're at the press conference for the March 30th show in Liverpool. What do you make of Liam Smith joining Matchroom? Why has he done it?
I think, as he said earlier on in the, he thought he lost momentum in his career, and he just needed that fresh start. It was probably inevitable. His brothers were with Matchroom. He wasn't. He's seen the successes and the riches his brothers have made. I'm not saying he hasn't done that himself with his own setup, but he's just, I think now he feels it's a good time for him to move.
Obviously, he's got to get past Sam Eggington first, but a lot of talk about him and Kell Brook. What do you make of that fight?
I can see that happening, definitely, very, very soon. Probably, if he gets through this, that could be his next fight. The same for Kell. It makes sense. It's a good domestic battle. And like Kell, like Sam Eggington, Kell and Liam aspire together. I think Joe Gallagher fancies this as well, especially with the parting of ways with Kell Brook and Dominic Ingle. He thinks maybe if there's a time to get him, it's probably now. And so I can actually see that fight, and it does make sense.
Bringing up Kell Brook, it leads me nicely to a Crawford Khan. Now it is official. Yeah, again, what's your thoughts on that?
Khan's doing what Khan wants to do, and you can't knock him for that. And he's going for the big. You can't say even Khan's. You can, but you can't. You can't say Khan's ducking Kell because he's picking harder fights out there, or hard fights out there. So God knows what goes through his mind, or why not he's not wanting to do that fight. But it's quite clear he doesn't. And Kell has finally come to terms that relationship's over, and we've all got to get it in our head. That fight is not going to happen. And even though Khan might be saying it's a fight I can take down the line, it ain't going to happen. And so Khan has concentrated on his career, made his move. We watched the fight. It'll be an exciting fight. It's a fight that Khan, if his hand speed, if it's on hand speed and all, he wins the fight outright. Khan's not the fighter he was probably 3, 4, 5 years ago. So therefore, against Crawford, Crawford's a butcher. You know, this guy's fast. He'll have good strategy in the ring. It's a good fight, but it's a good win. You know, a good gamble for Khan to take against Crawford.
Amir Khan's been quite vocal and critical about yourself, Carl Froch, Spencer Fearon. Have you seen these comments?
Oh yeah, I've seen a few of them. Yeah, but it doesn't make. Listen, opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one, and you know, I have my opinion of Khan and how he's conducted his career. Khan's career is Khan's career. He's done what he wants to do, where he feels comfortable. I don't take anything personal, or I'm offended by anything, because in our sport, it's very fickle, and so it comes with the territory.
Moving on to the heavyweight scene, obviously we're all waiting for news on Anthony Joshua. Well, how do you think it'd go down with the UK public if he fights Miller in New York?
Well, I think when they announced booking the Wembley Stadium for 2 big massive fights next year, everybody got excited. I thought, yes, we're going to see AJ again in action. I think they'll be disappointed. I really do. I think AJ he looks like he's groomed, born and bred here in the UK. We've seen the best of him. We've been spoiled, and so I'm quite sure the fans will not be happy about it. But they'll still watch. And if he can do what he's done here in America, he'll be a global star for many years to come.
Dillian Whyte, rumours about him joining PBC. Have you seen these rumours?
Yeah, I've seen him, I've heard him. I can understand where Dillian's come from. Dillian Whyte's put himself in a position where he deserves a world title shot, and he feels as though he's not getting credit where credit's due. I understand what he's doing is what a lot of fighters probably should do. You know what? I'm first. I'm most important person to me. I'm not going to hang about and wait for a next fight. Hang on a promise. He's taking control, and he's in a good position to do that. And so I get that. You can't knock him. As an ex-fighter, I understand where he's coming from. I think it's courageous in what he's doing because he thinks, right, I'm making a business move and the buck stopped with me. This was my decision. So if he does do that, then he's got every good reason to do it.
What's your gut instinct, though, Johnny? Do you think he'll stay with Matchroom and Eddie?
I hope he does. I think Dillian Whyte's managed to change public opinion of him round. He's not changed. Still the same guy. And the public like Dillian Whyte. And Dillian has last year has shown so much excitement and he's produced results. And so I'd be gutted if he did, to tell you the truth, because then it limits how often we manage to see him on Sky. I don't know what that situation will be. But if the roles for him and Joshua to lead to each other, someone's got to lose. I don't think it'd be end for either fighter if they lost. But I would be gutted. That would be the truth. I would be gutted if he moved on.
Just the last one. Obviously, we're expecting Wilder Fury 2 to happen. Do you think Anthony Joshua will fight either Wilder or Fury this year?
Yeah, I think it'll be to the back end of the year as well. It depends. If it's, I think the fight would probably be. I don't know. I don't know which one would be easier to be made. If Fury won or if Wilder won. I know negotiations will be hard, but it depends on which. I think it'd be easy to be made if it's Wilder. Because Wilder's probably his team around him. They're the ones that have, they've sat around the table many, many times before, and I'm sure they try and carve something out, especially with him having the Gypsies warning against Tyson Fury the last time. Tyson Fury knows his worth, knows his value. I think that negotiation will be a hard negotiating table, and that's why I think it'll be a bit harder to get the fight between those two.
Johnny Nelson, thank you very much for talking to Umar, IFL Umar, and have a good day.